Hey guys, Sam again. Just wanted to go over the trades for today. Kind of disappointed in myself. I started out having a really good day, and I ended up making a mistake and basically going break even. So I'm going to walk you guys through that. Honestly, the trade executions were perfect, and the entries um, and the exits were just just. At the end of the day, it's no one else's fault but myself. But really, what it was is like my 9 to 5 got in the way and I just completely forgot about a position that I had. So I'll just go ahead and talk about both of my trades. I only took 2 trades. I didn't trade yesterday because work has been so busy. Again, I'll stress this in my videos have the 9 to 5. The last 2 days I've had to work, you know, after hours and I was at work early this morning and just what ended up happening is I got in a spread today was fully profitable and you have to pay $5 or whatever to close each contract and I was just like, well, I'll just let it ride and expire. From now on, that might be a new rule of mine. If there's only $5 or $10 left on the contract, I might just close it just because something like this happens. But let me get into the trades and I'll explain them. So first trade of the day, I need to go to IWM. um, I always circle my entries and exits. So basically, if you look at the 15-minute chart, you can see that this has been a pretty key like supply area. We've only been able to break it like once in the last since May, and we barely got over it and then rejected down. We rejected hard here, rejected hard here. We got over it, but then we tested this higher level up here, and we rejected hard in pre-market. And when we opened up, we were rejecting right from the start. Spy was looking kind of iffy because it had started rejecting, but it was still up. But I saw IWM was coming back down to this other key level I had, which you can see here. It was a pivot zone, you know, resistance, support, then crash down. So resistance again. Saw this nice little setup on the 2 minute where we came back. The EMAs were crossed. There was space below VWAP, and we had a bearish candle with more volume. So I got in right here. Um, I had a little bit of drawdown, like when it wicked right here on this like green candle. That was it, and I sold the first contract right here when we broke the level. My mistake here was I've been saying this in the last few videos. I've been writing notes about it, but I always in the moment it's just make mistakes. I should have sold here first when we got to my level or broke the level that the previous low. But I sold here first, and then when we broke the level, just barely, I sold right here. And you can see I would have had a whole other candle, which ended up being like I sold this was 15% and this was like 25. If I would have got this would have been over 60% or something like that. And then it would have never hit my stop. And this ended up being over 100% when I got back down here. So I just got to get better about selling my positions. I'm getting slightly better. Normally I would sell for like 5 or 10%, but still got to get better. So I'm gonna review this trade and figure out like I think what it is for me. When I think I know it's the wicks. The wicks intra candle always get me messed up, and I just gotta remind myself if it doesn't break my key level EMA or whatever I'm looking at for conviction, don't get out. Just follow the plan. And even if I would have sold here, would have got back up, I still would have never broke my stop, and I could have got that 100% trade. That's 3 trading days like in a row where I've messed up trades like that. So I know I can get there. It's just about studying it up and having that conviction when I'm actually in a trade. Green circle is where I'm thinking about a trade, but I don't enter it, and this is why I tell myself don't enter with these big bullish bars. And you can see that was good because we rode up. Now to the SPY trade that really like or SPX. This is an SPX spread, but I was looking at the SPY chart to take this. I've got too many levels on this chart, but during the day, like I wasn't sure which level was going to pan out, but this is like yesterday high a day. So we broke below yesterday high a day. The EMAs crossed, and we were below VWAP. So I got in here on a bearish spread, and I was saying we wouldn't get above high of day essentially, which equated to 40.50 on SPX and 40.55, which is slightly above that. Um, so when we were down here, and even somewhere around here, I was like at full profit. Like I would have only had to pay $5 a contract to close the position. But wh- this is when I saw this happen. I got this bull flag potentially getting in calls, and I was like looking at my spread, and I was only down. I mean, I was only, there's no. I thought there was no way we get back up here because we were, so far away from 40 50, and it was later in the day. It's like two something. And what ended up happening was I didn't even see this bull flag play out. You can see this is right around two. What is this? 2:26. I had a meeting at 2:30 and a meeting at 3. I come out of these meetings and we're up like over here, you know, and I'm like, dude, are you freaking kidding me? And at this point on my spread, I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss. And I told myself if we break above this level right here, I'm going to sell for the loss. And we wicked, but we didn't close above it. And when we came back down, I sold for basically for a very small loss, just in case we ripped back up, because we all know in Power Hour the candles like to rip back up. And of course, as soon as I saw it on this like when this candle closes green, that's when I sold it. As soon as I do, this candle goes down, and then we reject down. So that pissed me off, man. Ultimately, it's my fault. I should have had a way, even though I was in a work meeting. I should have found a way, knowing that I had a position. Um, it's just one of the struggles of having a nine to five. Sometimes you have meetings thrown on your calendar last minute, and it throws you off your game. But I cannot do that. I just wasted a really green day and made it barely profitable because of this. So I sold this trade for a small loss, and my IWM trade was barely enough to cover that. And before I had a really green day, which I was so happy about, and then this really discouraged me. So I'm getting in the mindset of like not getting as pissed at myself and trying to learn from it. This one sucks, but I know old me would have been really fucking pissed. Sorry for the language, and revenge traded or something, but I didn't. And it is what it is. Very small loss, only $10 a contract or something like that. But still, it's just tough because I was up, like close to $100 a contract. So it's tough, man, but it is what it is. Can't really say much about it. And yeah, so and I just want to go over this recap and explain my thought process on the trades. What I'm going to do after this is go back and review the charts, mainly the IWM trade, to like give myself a reminder of like, hey, we on this chart there was no reason for me to sell yet. We hadn't broken my level, so I should have held till here. And even when we had this pullback, I could have held a runner, but we never broke the 13. So I got to have that conviction. So I'm going to go review that. And then the SPX trade, I just got to kick myself on that one. I mean, that one's more of just like a rule because the trade itself was perfect. But now if I'm in 90% of profit and it starts to reverse up, I just got to sell. That's just got to be. I just got to settle for 90% because you guys don't know how spread works. Maybe one day I'll make a spread tutorial. Like you basically can't like close the trade for full gains on SPX. You have to close for $5 a contract at least. And I was just being petty and was like, oh, it's going to go to zero anyway. So, let me just save, 5 times however many contracts I had. And of course, reverses back. And, like I said, I was still up on the trade, even right here, but didn't see this bull play out. And then I got 2 back-to-back meetings, and I come back and we're about to rip through my level. So I just bad execution on my part on the close, completely my fault, and no one else to blame but myself. It's just tough, man. I gotta be better about managing my 9 to 5 in this because I know I can do this. And like I said, now this is more just a journal for myself. But when eventually I get followers, I know that you guys will, give your share stories and we can help each other. So appreciate it as always. It's been Sam, and I'll hopefully have another recap tomorrow. I'm trying to do them daily when I trade. I know yesterday I didn't trade, so that's why I didn't have one. But my dad's coming to visit for the weekend, so we'll see how that goes. If I'm either able to trade or B, like able to get videos out, but I'll definitely do my best. Thank you guys for listening. For the few of you are that it is now. Have a great night.